Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am up with another beautiful topic, transportation of substances from class 7. So let's begin. So yes, transportation basically means movements. Movements of substances from suppose place A to place B. Biologically, transportation is basically supplying the food throughout the body and removing the waste from the body. So the two important parts of this system involves circulatory system and excretory system. So let's see what is circulatory system and excretory system. Circulatory system consists of blood vessels and heart. Everybody know that blood is a red colored fluid that flows through the blood vessels. Blood has three very important components: RBC, WBC, and platelets. So RBC is red in color because of the presence of the pigment hemoglobin. So hemoglobin combines with oxygen to form oxyhemoglobin, and this oxyhemoglobin is supplied throughout the body. Next is WBC. WBC basically helps us in protection of infection. It helps us to fight against diseases. It basically provides us immunity against germs, infections, etc. Next is platelets. Platelets involves in clotting. For example, suppose due to some cutting, blood is oozing out of your body, of your finger. Suppose this is your finger, and because of some cutting, blood is oozing out of your finger. After some time, you will see that some sort of dark red colored clot has been developed, has been deposited, and that dark colored substance is called, that dark colored clotting occurs because of the presence of platelets. So next is let's know about what is blood vessels and heart. So as I have told you, blood is a red colored fluid that flows through the blood vessels. So blood vessels considered as a vessels where blood flows. So it can be categorized into arteries, veins, and capillaries. So let's see what is arteries. Arteries carries oxygen rich blood. Oxygen rich blood means oxygenated blood. Oxygenated blood. It is also called as pure blood. Okay, whenever you will get the term oxygen rich blood, pure blood, or oxygenated blood, all the three are same. Another way we can define it is it takes the blood away from the heart. Next is veins. Veins just opposite to arteries. Veins, what it does, it carries carbon dioxide rich blood. That means deoxygenated blood. Deoxygenated blood, also called as impure blood. Pure blood, impure blood. It carries blood towards the heart. In arteries, it takes the blood away from the heart, and veins, it carries the blood towards the heart. But in veins, we also get valves, absent in arteries but present in veins. So valves, what it does, it makes sure that blood do not flow in opposite direction. That means unidirectional flow of blood is maintained. Next is capillaries. See, these arteries break down into small branches which finally join to form veins. So these branches are called capillaries. This is arteries and this is veins. So in this way we categorize the three components. But there is an exception. Pulmonary artery. In case of artery, what happens? Pulmonary arteries carries deoxygenated blood. Arteries carries oxygenated blood, but pulmonary artery carries deoxygenated blood. For example, suppose this is heart, this is lungs. Pulmonary artery, what artery does? Take the blood away from the heart. So pulmonary artery also does the same. It takes the blood away from the heart to the lungs. Pulmonary artery. But it takes what? In place of oxygenated blood, it takes deoxygenated blood. It takes the deoxygenated blood from the heart to the lungs. Deoxygenated blood means impure blood. So purification is done in lungs. After purification, the pure blood, that means oxygenated blood, is taken back to the heart by the help of pulmonary vein. Yes, this is another exception in case of veins. Veins carries deoxygenated blood, but pulmonary vein carries oxygenated blood. So these two are the exceptions. So this you have learned about blood vessels. Now let's see about heart. So heart, as we all know, heart is a small muscular organ that is present in the chest cavity. It is slightly tilted towards the left side. Its main function is to pump the blood to all parts of the body. So heart is divided into 4 chambers, 1 2 3 4 4 chambers. The idea behind this is that it makes sure that oxygenated blood and deoxygenated blood do not mix with each other. So 4 chambers, basically atria and ventricles. This is called left atria, this is left ventricles, this is right atria, and this is right ventricle. And this is called bicuspid valve, and this is tricuspid valve. So what happens? Impure blood enters. Impure blood means what I told before. Impure blood means deoxygenated blood. Good. Impure blood enters through the right atria, then it moves to the right ventricle, and then the pulmonary artery, and then through the pulmonary artery, suppose this is a pulmonary artery, carries it to the lungs, where purifications occur. After the purification, that means deoxygenated blood is purified into oxygenated blood. Oxygenated blood is taken via pulmonary vein to the left auricle, left atria. Okay, after left atria it moves to the left ventricle, and from the left ventricle it goes to different parts of the, it is supplied throughout the body. So impure blood is getting in from through the right atria, and pure blood is going out through the left ventricle. Pure blood. So the left side of the heart deals with oxygenated blood, and the right side of the heart deals with deoxygenated blood. Another term you will see is this heartbeat. So what is actually heartbeat? See, the different chambers of the heart is made up of muscles. So these muscles contract and relax rhythmically to pump the blood. So this contraction relaxation is called heartbeat. So the remaining portions, the excretory system in human, excretory systems will be discussed in the later video, in the second part. So that was all. Thank you.